To the Daily Dish. My name is Candace Cooper. I am your host, and we're here to talk about all of your favorite pop culture stuff, the offbeat pop culture stuff, and also we are talking about conspiracy theories. Who doesn't love a little ASMR? Welcome back. Okay, what day is it? It is Tuesday. I hope you all had a great weekend. I hope you had a great President's Day yesterday. I don't know, I feel like a lot of people had off work. What did you do? Did you do anything fun? What did I do yesterday? I went and gave blood for the first time ever in my life. And I have to say, I was so afraid to do this for so long because who likes needles? Who likes blood? Nobody. Nobody, unless you're Dexter. So I put it off for a really long time. But my client, she told me to go to Vitalant Blood Donation Center. She told me about this last March. I finally went, and I have to say, my arm is so sore, but it burns 500 calories. So they gave me lots of snacks and sent me on my way, but it was good. I have to say, if you're ever thinking about giving blood and you're not a super altruistic person, or, you don't really care about doing it for other people, let me appeal to your vanity, okay? When you give blood, I swear it turns back the hands of time. I'm not exactly sure how, but I had to give blood like last year sometime for like routine blood work. And they took a lot of blood from me. I felt so good. My skin looked good. I felt good. It was so weird. So that's why when I was talking to my client about donating blood, she was like, "Oh, go to this place." And I said to her, "Yeah, I just like felt really good after I had my blood panel done. I don't know." So then I started to do some research, and there's a lower risk of cancer. There is a lower risk of heart disease. And, I just think I always had this weird philosophy to like keep the blood in my body, but there really just is something about donating blood and it regenerating your body. Like my skin looks better. It's so weird. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I'm just a human being having a human experience. Have you donated blood? Did you feel the same effects after you donated the blood? Like more energy, lighter, clearer headed? I think it's really cool. So when you do donate blood, it is, and once they're able to give it to people, you can save up to 3 lives. So I thought that was really awesome. And I will definitely be going back to donate again. And it felt good to do it. I don't know my blood type yet. I have my Vitalant app up. So whenever my blood goes into the system, they send you a text message when it goes to somebody, and you're able to go onto your Vitalant app and see your blood type and all of that stuff, which I think is really, really cool. And you could also schedule your next appointment on that app. So very cool. Save a life. And if you're not like into saving lives, then do it for the vanity or do it for your own health. Let's talk about VPR, Vanderpump Rules. We are, I think it's 3 or 4 episodes in so far. And I just think it's so, well, I thought it was really cringe that Sandoval was wearing that sweater. But then when I learned it was his friend Ali's, I understood why he was wearing it. But when he rolled up to Sir in that outfit with the choker, I was like, is it 1999? Like, is it 9th grade all over again? He's such a tool. And everyone who is imitating his voice cracks me up. They're like, wait, Ariana, like I can't do the voice well, but there are comedians that were on Jeff Lewis Live and they were doing the Sandoval imitation. I was rolling on the floor because it sounded just like him. And then Ariana did it as well. But somebody did a Vanderpump Rules astrology chart, or like what each person was. Tom Sandoval and Ariana, they're both cancers. And Cancer rules the home, the mother, emotions, being like the crab. Like if they get mad or if they get hurt, they're not necessarily going to like be nice. They're going to like dance around it and then like snap at you, which is interesting because Sandoval said to Sheena, everyone is coming after me, but the one person who actually has the right to come after me, which is Ariana, he's like, she's not even coming after me. And then I was like, then I saw that they were both cancers and I was like, yeah, duh. Well, Ariana and Stassi have the same birthday, but I was like, yeah, duh. Ariana is not going to come after you in a direct way because she's the cancer. She's the crab. She's going to sidestep you and let other people tear you apart, which is literally exactly what's happening. But it just feels very high school. Like all of them are cheaters. All of them have cheated, been cheated on, are cheating on somebody. Now we have like the whole Jax and Brittany in the Valley. And it really makes sense now when Stassi said on Jeff Lewis Live, she's like, yeah, I don't want to go on the Valley because I already know what it's about. And it's going to be the same thing as Vanderpump Rules. It's going to be lying. It's going to be cheating. You know, she didn't say that much. And I remember Mercedes saying to her like, oh, well, drop the T. She's like, I'm not going to drop the T on anything. And now we're seeing that Jax and Brittany are separated and Jax is living somewhere else because he cheated on Brittany when they all went to Vegas. Like, Jax, you're 45 years old. What are you doing? So it makes a lot of sense when Stassi said that on Jeff Lewis Live. She was like, no, it's going to be the same exact thing as Vanderpump Rules. And she's just not in that place anymore. She has a good relationship, a stable relationship with her husband. She has 2 beautiful children. She is successful. She's beautiful. She looks healthy. She looks great. If I were her, I would not ever step foot back on Vanderpump Rules or the Valley, even though selfishly she's the one I want to see. It's just the truth. Another really interesting thing that I thought, or that I put together, I was watching the after show, the VPR after show, and Katie and Ariana were talking about finances. And Katie was like, yeah, well, at the time we were paying something about her rent and our rent. And I was like, huh. She was saying they were paying something about her rent, but she didn't say that they were still paying something about her rent. Because she was like, yeah, at the time we were still paying something about her. And I was like, what is going on with this sandwich shop? I just don't think it's going to open. I really don't. I don't think it's going to open. I don't think that, like, was it a front? What I don't know. Was this all a money grab? What was this? I'm just over. Here's the thing. I'm nostalgic for old VPR, but everybody is older. They've all moved on or trying to move on. It's different no matter how you slice it. So for me, I like to go back. I like to watch the original seasons because it was a different time in the world. It's just different. Life is just different now, not in a good way. But yeah, I'm just ready to see them move on. Let's talk a little bit about Traitors. We all know that I love MJ. I'm loving the Traitors. Now, this is where our little conspiracy can just be peppered in because so this castle is in Scotland, right? And I always forget the guy who is hosting the show. I forget what his name is, but he is so eccentric and he is quite the character. But there's so many times when he's like saying things to them about like running or hunting them. And we all like, people are like, oh, the royalty, the royalty, the royal. I 150 million% believe that they have human hunting parties. 150 million%. Like, how could you not think that they do? Like, the world works for them. They could do whatever they want. So I love traders, but I'm also like slightly disturbed because I feel like they always tell you the truth. They always tell you the truth. You know, they put it in plain sight. So when that guy's like, run, I love, like, I don't know if he said, like, I want to hunt you or something, but he was like, go and run through the field. I love to see people run through the field. And I'm like, it is so creepy and weird. So I don't know. I'm still watching. MJ is still on. Poverty, she is so weird. I could just see Poverty like becoming a cult leader. They dumped bugs all over them. Phaedra and her eye twitch when I think it was Peter who said, no, there was somebody else who said, like, every time you lie or every time we talk about something, your like eye twitches. And then they do like a cutaway and it's like her eye like constantly twitching. So as good of a lawyer as Phaedra is, she might not be a great poker player. It's a good show though, and I was sad when the episode was up. I was like, no, I wanted one more. So very, very interesting. I know, little Quinny. I feel like I have this one little rogue curl that just wants to be rebellious, and I'm not gonna, break her spirit, but we are gonna judge her a little bit. What else is going on? Yeah, I mean, I haven't really been watching a ton of TV. Did I catch up on Bev Hills? I don't know. Nothing really like jumped out at me. I guess like the only thing we really know going forward is Kyle and Morgan are taking a cool down break. Imagine if this was all for ratings for Morgan's documentary and for Bev Hills. I think that here's the thing. I think that Morgan was the first person to maybe make Kyle question her sexuality. And unraveling a 28-year marriage is going to take like 10 years. And Morgan travels a lot. Kyle probably is ready at this point in her life to like settle down, have somebody go for coffee with her. Or I know that she has a lot going on in her career as well, because she did say to Dorit, she's like, this is the busiest I've ever been. And I love that for her. Like, as a Capricorn, I am ready to step into my most successful and busiest time in my life. I'm ready for it. I call it to me. I'm excited about it. So I totally feel her on that. But at the same time, like, you want someone to have coffee with in the morning. You want somebody to go for walks with. You want somebody to go for bike rides with. I totally get it. But who knows? Maybe Morgan was like, I've had enough of waiting for you. I've had enough of like saying that you're going to leave Mauricio, but then you're still living in the same house as him. I could totally see all different sides, how it's really hard to unravel the marriage and how it might be frustrating for the new person in the relationship to be like, what is going on? When are we going to come out as a couple? And her being like, you know what? Now it's just not the time. Now is not the time. We don't know. We really don't know. It's interesting. We're going to continue to watch. I know that Heather McDonald from Juicy Scoop just had Jill Zarin on. That was a great interview. However, I was like a little bit taken aback by the girls ganging up on Gary. Like, I was like, why are you being so mean to Gary, especially on camera? Quinny. She's so funny. But I was like, why are you guys being so mean to Gary? But Gary shut up real quick. He's just there to hold bossy and be a yes man for Jill. But Jill was talking about how there's like some old wives' tale that you're supposed to wait only 7 months after your husband passes, but to wait a whole year after your parents pass before you get into a relationship. And she got into a relationship with Gary very soon after Bobby died. And all of that stuff. And, she's pretty much also saying exactly what I'm saying when it comes to, the Real Housewives of New York, the reboot. She's saying give them a second season. She wants to see a second season. So do I. So I'm definitely going to give them another chance. She did say that she doesn't think that they're going to bring back the Roni Legacy cast because it gives the audience mixed messages on who they should be paying attention to or the alliances or whatever. As a viewer, interesting. I, as a viewer, would love to see Dorinda, Sonia, and Luann peppered into the new cast. I would love it. But I wonder if Jill said that because Jill could be like a little bit of a bitter Betty. And if she can't be on the shows, why should any of the other girls be on the shows? Sometimes with people, you have to like read between the lines of what they're saying. She might be saying that, but she might be being very subjective about it and not being objective about it. So interesting stuff. Why are you so mad? Why are you crying? You want to come say hi? Come here. She's such a fucking Mona, this cat. This weekend, what did I do? I went out on a date, which I didn't really even think it was a date. I thought it was just like grabbing dinner. I don't know. For me, for some people, it's just so easy to just be like, yeah, I'll be in a relationship with you. Yeah, that's great. Perfect. And me, I'm like, no, it's because I was in relationships my whole 20s and, early 30s. I had, relationships, whatever. But I'm like, unless it's the right I don't care about checking a box. So for me, I don't really care to like, there's no rush for me. I'm not rushing to have kids. I'm not rushing to get married again. I'm not rushing for any of that stuff. I'm patiently waiting for someone to stoke my fires and make me be like, you know what? Maybe I will take a chance on you. But so far, no. I'm off the dating apps again. I'm on them. I'm off them. I'm on them. I'm off them. What I think happened to the dating apps is pretty much what happened to Instagram. You used to get organic push to some good matches, but since they started charging for Tinder, and I think they charge for Hinge and Bumble as well, they're not going to push organically the best matches for you. They're going to withhold those and hope that you pay in order to get a better selection of matches. For me personally, if I have to pay money for a better selection of matches, I think that God is just like, you know what, you're good. And if I want you to meet somebody, I'll make you meet them in the wild. But yeah, it's a weird world. I did get contacted recently to test out a beta version of a new dating app. So we'll see how that goes. I'm interested, to figure it out. I don't know. I'm interested to try it out. We'll see. I said to the guy, I was like, well, this is like quite the task you're taking on. Hats off to you, buddy. But my little cats, they had dinner. They're fine. Yet they're moaning. So funny. So, I don't know. Are you guys watching VPR? What do you think? How annoying is Sandoval? How annoying is Ariana? How messy is her bedroom? Like, I know she's like here and there and everywhere, but I would hire a maid. Like, that house would be immaculate. My bedroom would be immaculate. I know. Come here. Come be on camera. Come here. Show everyone your beautiful face. She doesn't want to. But yeah, I don't know. It's very interesting how that cast went from nothing to rich back to middle class. It's that was the quickest ascent and descent ever. But I do want to end on this. I am so into, like, I know some of the girls get Botox and whatever, but their faces have been like, I just want to leave on this note. How happy I am and how impressed I am with how beautifully these women are just aging naturally. Like, we are all in the same age group, being those girls. And there's like a pocket of us born in the 80s where we really didn't ever give in to plastic surgery or fillers or anything like that. And I can tell you on the after show, Katie's face moves, her forehead moves, her whole entire face moves. I love how they're aging. It's natural. It's beautiful. They look like the same girls that when we started, like whatever. I don't even know if they do get work done, but whatever they get done, if they do get anything done, is beautiful, is natural, is graceful. It's encouraging that you don't have to have like big giant fake lips or, big giant eyelashes or big fake boobs, like whatever. I mean, I know Lala got a boob job and she got her ears pinned back, like whatever, who cares? But they all look like the same girls that started at SUR 12 years ago. I find it to be like very comforting. It's comforting to look at them and to be like, yeah, I know who they are. So hats off to the girlies for aging beautifully, naturally, gracefully, whatever. They look great and I love it and I'm here for it. I wish someone would help Lala because I don't love her style. I don't love her outfits, but to each his own. We're not going to hate. Well, I love you all. Thank you so much for tuning in for another episode of Daily Dish with Candace Cooper. And I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. We'll chat some more and leave me some comments, like, comment, share, subscribe. And I will see you beautiful souls tomorrow. Ciao.